Eyes on the king, all the way up. We've been going in for a minute, yeah, we've been going in for a minute. We've been going in for a minute, yeah, we've been going in for a minute. I know, I'm not entitled to nothing, no. If I think I am, then I'm bluffing, yeah. I'm not entitled to nothing, no. If I think I am, then I'm bluffing, yeah. Eyes on the king, all the way up. 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 I'm not entitled to nothing, no. If I think I am, then I'm bluffing, yeah. I'm not entitled to nothing, no. If I think I am, then I'm bluffing.
Yeah. Look at all these awards, audience with applause. That don't mean nothing, please rep for the cause. For all my day one since he stepped on the cross, and my eyes was wide open to what that love cost. Keep my eyes on the king. Somebody took Khaled, this some major keys. How am I entitled when he paid the fees? Reason I be in church 3 days a week and pray on my knees. Eyes on the king for the things I was chasing. Yeah, I was a fiend, only God can erase it. But how did I get to this place of me thinking that heaven gon' owe me for songs I was making? Crazy, I came in this world but naked. So when my day come, I can't take it. So what does it mean when we say that we made it, we made it, we made it, we made it? Took my eyes off the king. Started thinking more money now. In the whip out the crash like a dummy. See money, got some trying to dumb it down. Oh, you blessed about to run it now? Oh, that's Satan just giving a run around. Up in church, that's the reason I run around. Cause I know that I should be laid underground. Not entitled to nothing, stay humble now. At the top, I seen kings with crumbled crowns. Not entitled to nothing, stay humble now. At the top, I seen kings with crumbled crowns. Keep my eyes on the king. Keep my eyes on the king. Keep my eyes on the king. Keep my eyes on the king.
Eyes on the king,
yeah.
All the way up. We've been going in for a minute, yeah, we've been going in for a minute. We've been going in for a minute, yeah, we've been going in for a minute. I know, I'm not entitled to nothing, no. If I think I am, then I'm bluffing, yeah. I'm not entitled to nothing, no. If I think I am, then I'm bluffing, yeah. Eyes on the king, all the way up. 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 I'm not entitled to nothing, no. If I think I am, then I'm bluffing, yeah. I'm not entitled to nothing, no. If I think I am, then I'm bluffing. About to go flex on the lanes. Better go put some respect on my name. They told me go hard to get fed to the game. Now I'm feeling like how did I wreck in my brain? My lord, real talk, that's so gone. False truths, I was sold on. Now a slippery slope, I can't hold on. Now it's cut down like a mowed lawn. Tryna get paid plus high. Grinding for a decade plus 5. The engraved one try. I know where the dead lay, none fly. Yeah, I thought I was doing them big things. Now I'm bound to the earth like some clip wings. Don't know what to do when that ship sinks. I really thought that I could fix things. I'm stepping up in it, I'm faced with a mission. He told me his grace is sufficient. Yeah, show me a place that it isn't. He told me he saved me and make me assistant. I remember that night when he paid me a visit and I was just living here broken. Got here with the light and he gave me my vision and now I'm forgiven and chosen. Lights came on like a circuit breaker. I was straight snapping like a nervous skater. Had to use that for the surface layer. I ain't even know I know the purpose later. I never forget about that sight that I seen. Shining so bright like at night with a beam. You wanna go up and then rise on a wing. Then eyes on the king, all the way up. We've been going in for a minute. Yeah, we've been going in for a minute. We've been going in for a minute, yeah, we've been going in for a minute. I know, I'm not entitled to nothing, no. If I think I am, then I'm bluffing, yeah. I'm not entitled to nothing, no. If I think I am, then I'm bluffing, yeah. Eyes on the king, all the way up. 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 I'm not entitled to nothing, no. If I think I am, then I'm bluffing, yeah. I'm not entitled to nothing, no. If I think I am, then I'm bluffing. Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Collide, where we do a lot of collision, a lot of thoughts to what I do when it comes to colliding such worlds that we have amongst us for 2024. We got the Marvel, we got the Sony Cinematic Universe battle for the top. right now you got my panelists and my producer with me here to discuss these top five of the top five Sony and Marvel universe. You have my man Pat, co-producer.
Yo, yo, yo.
You got the panelists Nas, Scott. You with me?
Yeah,
Yes, we are.
yeah, I'm here. I'm always here.
Now, the reason why we are here today is because I wanted to express my thoughts on each and every episode, each and every show that came before us, because I want to be able to, give uh my final thoughts about it throughout the review, throughout the months that came across us in 2024, and how I enjoyed each and every one of these films and TV shows that came before us. My list is not that hard to come by. Far as with the TV show, X-Men 97 is number one to me. Um, I gave it also a 9, straight 9, no halfsies, no itty bitty, no none of that. X-Men 97 was very good to me, very dear and good to me because of the simple fact that it it had the pizzazz, it had the the violence against violence. The reason why X-Men 97 gave me that mindset is because certain people do not like violence against violence, because this is a refer this is also a referred to this is also referred to what happened, God rest his soul. United Healthcare CEO passed away, got shot by somebody that created violence against the CEO. And not me, and most the majority of the universe agreed of what he did. And not many agreed on the simple fact that he did that. So that's why X-Men 97 gave me a lot of uh back and forth of fighting against the oppression, fighting against everything needs to be, even though you're trying to live your life and trying to be a powerful individual, a power individual. So, that's what I have here for, X-Men. The only part I didn't agree with X-Men was because of the exploitation of having that scene of sexual tendencies of that, with just that was just that one pet peeve. I felt that it didn't need to be there, because the story was based on revolution and what you're fighting for. So that's why it was not a 10 for me. It was just straight 9 for X-Men 97. Agatha Agatha was straight up 9.9. The only pet peeve I had with it was, I would say that I wanted more. I wanted more from Agatha, because Agatha gave it that pizzazz, like what's going on, what they talking about, what's going on, and we wanted to see me and wifey wanted to see a lot of things, and there wasn't, giving that. It was just like once the story was concluded for that one episode, then we was like, "Yo, what's going on? Are we missing something?" But we did like the caroling. The song was amazing for Agatha. For Agatha, the song was amazing. I got to the point where 3 days straight, I was singing singing the song. Singing a song. So it was like that for me. Echo, I give it an 8.5 due to the fact that they, yeah, wifey was right, but then, I had a little bit of contentions of, that to him, that's his daughter. To him, that's his daughter. and that's her surrogate daughter. He raised her into being what she is, and for other people looking at this show called Echo, they'll feel like they kind of dumbed down the Kingpin, you know. But that's the only Kingpin was the only person to show like his humbleness side, his caring side. He didn't care about anybody else but her. So that's why I gave it, 8.5 because yeah, we know Kingpin is the treacherous, most god-forsaking individual when it comes to Kingpin and his adversaries. Deadpool for me, I loved it the most. Like it was a 10 out of 10 for sure. Um, for sure, I liked it. Everything that happened. I even liked it, the Gambit situation. I even like when they brought back Heat Boy. That's I loved it for that point. With Venom, I liked it the most. That's why I gave it a 9. The only pet peeve that I had with it was the chick. She didn't need to be there. That but it needed a in between so the story can go. So that's why it went that route so the story could drag along a little bit with you know Madam Web. It was dragged a lot, so I give it a 5 because it was dragged a lot and I had to watch it 2 times just to understand the creativeness of it and stuff like that. With far as with Craven the Hunter, it's gonna be most likely for me a 6, straight laced because um there's a lot of people that is hating about Craven Hunter, and some people has their theories and stuff like that, and most of the parts that I've seen that I liked it was all action packed. But how the story is gonna be, I already know it's gonna be a 6. I already know for me it's gonna be a 6. It's not gonna be higher than a 6 for me because uh it didn't do it justice of how what people are talking about in the stratosphere. Um, it, um, if Pat, if you have any rejections of the rating system that I have, let me know. Whoever wants to, go first, just open up your mic and let's start this show.
Nah, I was honestly the rating list that you gave. Honestly, think is pretty accurate. I mean, the only one that I feel like you low key was being nice on was like Madam Web, because like it's really not a 5. I really gave it like a 4. Honestly, the whole storyline was kind of blew on me. Like it's just like it's too much. Like I understood it the first time I watched it. Like Madam Web, she sees the visions of saving the kids and making the kids become something. But it's just like, nah, that's not what we expected. Like they really flopped with that one because we thought we was about to see some Spider Man type shit. Like that's what we thought we was about to get. But
Yeah, for sure.
but that's not what we got. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we got. And I feel like that's what made that movie like a 2, 3. Like I understood the whole point of view and all that and how she was using her powers. But that shit was just not it for me. It was just not it. Could have had a better storyline. Uh with Deadpool, yeah, I'd give that a 9. I mean
Mm,
the girl being there for the underworld, she kind of plays a part like in the movie, although because it's just like the movie could have been shorter. But
mm,
without having that girl, we probably wouldn't even have seen the rest of the characters that played, like Blade and all the rest of them that helped Deadpool and Wolverine get up out of that situation. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
You
dig
feel
that.
me?
Yeah, I dig
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Feel me? And you know, what was the last thing I said when we went to go see? I was just like, the only bad part that I didn't like about it was that they didn't free the people that was in the underworld. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they could have been brought up, but they didn't do that. That was just messed up, bro.
You can't take them all.
That is true. You can't take everybody up to the top with you, but you know what I'm saying? When they help you get out of some life threatening situation, bro, it's like it's one of those like you got to see people's greater value.
Yeah, true. That is some eye catching words, Pat.
Craven the Hunter. I mean, I seen a little bit of it. I it wasn't really my type of vibe, but I seen like the first, you know what I'm saying, 30 minutes. Just didn't really catch me. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? It just didn't really catch me, bro. But yeah, was there another thing you said on this list so far? You
Venom.
said Venom. Venom. I actually enjoyed Venom. I give that Venom movie. I mean, I give it an 8. I give it.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? I give it an 8. Like I've seen all the Venoms. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's not the best,
yeah.
but it competed with Joker, and it really knocked Joker off the list for real, for real. So it's kind of like I had to take Venom's side on that one. So Marvel did their thing, and that was a great little competition. Like you feel me? And you see, and that's the thing though. I noticed how DC and Marvel be fake playing each other back to back because you feel me? They
Mm-hmm.
dropped Joker, and Marvel's on some. You know what? Let it chill for a little bit. Let it marinate. Let it marinate. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Let it marinate. Let it marinate. Drop Venom. Boom. Now people, oh my gosh. See, they spent so much so much money on Joker. And yes, like you could see it through like little shit in the movie, you know what I'm saying? Little production shit. But bro, did Venom miss for real, for real? Like, you know what I'm saying? Venom
He
being
didn't.
a downer is not even what's coming to people's minds.
Mm.
So, you know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
What about Agatha and Echo in X-Men 97?
all right, Agatha and Echo, that was not my cup of tea. But X-Men '97, that shit was fire though. I ain't gonna lie. If you didn't,
Fire.
if y'all didn't tell me to watch that, I probably would have never even laid my eyes on it. But I fucked with it. So
That's
that
the
one,
best thing Marvel did this year, bro.
for me, that's
100%, bro.
I
Nah, I
get I get
mean,
that probably like a 9.5. I can never give a 10, but
facts.
9.5.
Okay, that make all right, cool. Who who's next?
I mean, I liked your lineup. Your lineup was kind of perfect. It was like it actually gave like everything in its value of what the year holds. Like, you know what I mean? So I liked your lineup. Know what I mean? First one you said was X Men '97. I'm like, word. He already knew what I was thinking. Like
Mm-hmm.
X Men '87, nigga, that's a 9. A Venom, I'll give like an 8 because, know what I mean, I expected a different storyline as far as like the last stand type shit. I was expecting like, you know what I mean, maybe like, his son debuts as the new Venom, or, you know what I mean. But I liked the Venom movie. That was a good movie.
You claim it as an 8?
The only reason I give it an 8 because the storyline was cool, but at the same time it wasn't like, know what I mean, as far as like Noel and all that, and all the symbiotes and shit, that shit was fire. But like the storyline was kind of like, it was kind of off to me. Like I feel like it was like mostly half of it was accurate, and then the other half was just bunched in. But
You talking about
overall,
Deadpool or Venom?
Venom.
Oh,
Venom
okay.
was
So
fire. It
so
was
so
just, you know what I
Venom
mean. I
is
like
a
the
8.
whole symbiote part. You know what I mean, know what I mean, him, they showing Eddie Brock and Venom. Know what I mean, and like, like on some last time shit. That shit was fire. But I only give it an 8 because, know what I mean, I expected the storyline to be a little bit different. I
Yeah.
expected it to be a little bit different than what I thought it was going to be. So that was like my expectation was like, I guess a little bit more past what they did. So, you know what I mean, I give it an 8. I mean, it's still a good movie. That's still a fire movie, and I love Venom. That's one of my favorite characters. So I fucks with it. Deadpool, I give that I want to give that an 8 too because of the
What?
storyline. You feel me? The storyline was kind of bunched in because it was bro, it was a fire ass movie, but like I said, it made sense, and then the half other didn't make sense. Half of it made sense, and then the other half really didn't. You know what I mean? Like it was
Okay.
just them trying to show everything for the last time type shit. You know what I mean? They made everything like just like how they did Venom. It was like the last time, so they're like, you know, we're gonna give you this. Like, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, it was a fire ass movie too. But as I really think about it, and I'm really
Mhm.
watching it, I'm like, I had to take a point or two off because the storyline clearly didn't make sense. Like they just, you know what I mean, snatched up Deadpool real quick. You know what I mean? Then this nigga went on his little rant. You feel me? They let Deadpool do whatever he wanted to do. You feel me? At the end of the day, you feel me? I mean, it was a great movie because you got to see Wolverine and shit, and then you know you had X-Men '97, and you got to see other characters that's within the Marvel universe. So I applaud that. That shit was beautiful. But no, I mean, I only gave it 8 because the storyline was just out of whack. I mean, but
Mm. So you think
fucking
so? All right, go ahead.
what? No, no, no.
So
See what you gonna say?
so you haven't seen Agatha or Echo as far as with the TV
No, I
lineup.
haven't. I haven't seen Echo. I like Echo. Like he's a pretty cool character. So, no, I mean, I gotta get over to that one. But you know, I know a little. Like, you know, I've seen like him in like anime and shit like that in comic books. So, I know him of a sense.
Echo.
Agatha,
E-
like I said, I liked the numbers on Agatha. You feel me? Like a
okay.
lot of people liked it. You feel me? So I had like numbers don't lie. You feel me? So
Yeah,
if
yeah,
if if
yeah.
if a lot of people liked it, then it had to be good. You feel me? So I
Okay.
mean, I give Agatha a high number. I give it like I mean like a 7, 8,
Okay.
just because I mean it was liked it. You feel me? I didn't see it, but if a lot of people liked it, then it has to get a high number to me personally.
Okay.
Um, what else is there? Madam Web, bro. I ain't even try to see it. I'm not even gonna like. I
Yeah,
have to
it's gonna be
agree with Pat
dreadful.
because it's like I mean I expected the same thing. You feel me? Not even watching. I'm like, okay, I mean she got on the spider suit. You feel me?
You
Okay.
got. It's
Know what I
like you
mean?
gotta
So
take
when
a
they
shot
took that
for each.
storyline, the storyline was like, ugh. I was like, why'd you even take it to that point? You feel me? Like you could have did better, man. You know what I mean?
With Madam
Um,
Web, bro, you're gonna have to take a shot for each line of translation because like the translation it's so long. It's like you could take your chicken, your blunt, and smoke the whole thing to half seas, bro. That's how long the translation of Madam Web was, bro. But
I mean, I
I
give it to
get it.
Venom over Joker too, because Joker was kind of Joker. I know Joker wasn't going to be. I knew that wasn't going to be over Venom. Like I already knew that shit. Like I seen that shit. I'm like, nigga, we already had talked about that shit. I'm like, nigga, that shit gonna be either a hit or a miss, nigga. That shit just didn't do good numbers as much as Venom did. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I already knew Venom was going to be over the numbers. Like, I mean, but you know, no, I mean, no, I mean, everybody has their ups and downs. I mean, Marvel has some downs. I mean, DC has some down and some ups and downs, and they shows too for the year. But you know, I mean, they gave us a little bit, man. I mean, I ain't gonna give them the full credit because they could have did better for some of the show, some of the movies or shows that they did. But you know, I mean, they gave us at least 3 or 4 good, I mean, reasonable things. You feel me? So I give them those 3 or 4. You feel me? The other ones is like, nigga, I don't know what y'all was even thinking of doing those.
Word, word. That's a good compliment on that. Nas, any thoughts on what we said about
Hear what
these
you got to say.
shows and films? Because I know you got some collision in your breath. I know you
Facts.
got some collision in your breath, Mister Nas.
I was saving my thoughts and opinions to myself.
Nah, I can't do that today.
All right, say let one rip.
Yeah. Bash him if you got to,
Say let one
man.
rip.
Tell him how you
Okay,
feel,
off rip.
man.
Um, Echo, dog shit. Echo. Maya wasn't likable at all. She wasn't. Nothing that she did was likable, and there's nothing about her that is enough to convince me that she's able to go toe to toe with Daredevil. That's one. And why is it that the way that the story is being shot It says it's trying to be a silent film, but it's not a great version of a silent film. Also, it's trying to accomplish representation for people with disability and for women, but yet at the same time, it has to make up facts about history in order to accomplish that. Well, like, what the fuck?
Mm.
Yeah. So already you lost me there. Your whole thing is representation, representation. These people need to be represented, but you're not gonna make up shit in order for them to be represented. It's bad enough that you change the original character. Her original abilities in the comics is that she's able to mimic people's abilities in like manner as taskmaster. But now you're saying she echoes powers through the generation and it only goes to women. Like, why would it change? It's big. Taskmaster 2.0 is already badass. Why you need to make up something that never existed and now this power is able to do glowy hands? Really?
Mm.
We have enough glowy hands. Come on, do something more original. And there's nothing in Maya's fighting technique that tells me that okay, she should be regarded as someone on the level of Daredevil, but yet she's able to go toe to toe with him and kind of whoop him, kinda. He had to get out of there. And I did not like the cheap way that they tried to bring Daredevil in and Fisk in order to get viewership from people, especially from people who revered the Netflix series. It's an insult and disgrace to Wilson Fisk and to the Netflix series of Daredevil as a whole. Doing that, like, why? Just stop it. Oh, and she's very mean to her, the one person that she supposedly care about. There is no ain't no way that you're gonna treat someone like that if you genuinely care about them. You're gonna try to reach out. You're not gonna come into their life to make their lives miserable, and you're not gonna just walk off. It's bad enough that you can't talk. At least write something down on paper to say, "Hey, this is what's up." Through the text, and everyone just magically know how to do sign language, and is only one person in there. Well, is granted, it's two people who's supposed to know to do sign language. Maya's mom and Maya herself, because Maya's mom was deaf or something as well. I'm not remembering correctly. I don't like the grandmother. The grandmother seemed to be very conceited in the way that she goes about life. I didn't like that. What's his name again? The dude was a big doofus who just accept all of Maya's wrongdoings. They're like, hey, nothing, it's all fine. It's not as if Maya didn't create problems and bring those problems to their doorstep. It's all
Mm.
forgiven. Come on down. You want me to kill a bunch of people with this big ass truck? No problem. I'll do that for you, Maya, because you my dog, Maya. That's how we are. Yeah. Like what the heck?
uh,
Now,
we
someone
going
said something
in.
about there. Someone moving down the line. Someone said something about I believe that was Patrick that said something about Deadpool um getting an 8 because it did better than the Joker. Was that the consensus or was it Venom? What film did he say was better than Joker? Say he
I
gave an
said
8.
Venom was better than Joker.
Yeah, Venom. The fact that you have to give something that's probably not deserving of an eight because it was better than Joker shows that Todd Phillips is a pseudo intellectual and he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He did his own version of the story bad. He did his own version of the story bad, and he did the comic book version of the story bad. He failed on two accounts. So knock Joker to down some more and
Hmm.
so that you can give the Venom an accurate rating. Eight is too high, I think. Eight is
For
too high, unless you're
for
think of it
Deadpool?
within the wave of what came before.
For Deadpool?
Now no, that was for Venom. Now for
Oh.
Deadpool. Now we're getting onto Deadpool. Shy, not Shy. My apologies. Sky just said something about how there are some things in it that didn't make sense, and I completely agreed. The way Jesse jumped, I was like, "What? Ain't nothing wrong with this, you silly goose!" Cha. The way you're going on, like as if nothing was wrong with it. There are several things that
There's several
did not.
things that Deadpool had
Yeah.
for it.
So
I'm
knock
not
down them ratings. Now, and the best argument you can make is that okay, where it failed in some areas, it made up for in other areas. I
yes.
can give you that argument, but you can't ignore that it failed in some areas. For example, the biggest one that exists is Deadpool Deadpool's fucking crazy. We know that. We know Deadpool's crazy. He has a talking voice in his head. Do you know how he got that voice in his head? Him and someone's consciousness got mashed together. So, and all that remained of that other dude was a voice in his head that talks to him all the time, that continues to drive him insane. That's a part of his insanity.
Okay.
Also, he is one of the few people in the MCU, or not in the MCU, in the Marvel universe as a whole, who can break the fourth wall. Who is aware that, hey, when you think about it, I don't matter. If there's anyone who should be called an atheist, who has the right to be called an atheist in fiction, it's Deadpool, because he knows that his life doesn't matter. He's just a comic book character who can be erased at any moment, right?
Mm.
And in Deadpool kills the Marvel universe, we saw what he was able to do to Professor X. And now you have Cassandra Nova, who's supposed to be the equivalent, the female equivalent of Professor X, his twin sister, to be more specific.
Yes.
And she went into this dude's head and survived. I can't get over that. That's not supposed to happen.
Because he
One thing,
has
one thing that I appreciate about
healing
Deadpool,
abilities. Remember that Deadpool has healing abilities.
you are not following my argument.
I'm
Now,
listening.
if I may continue, one thing that we should be able to appreciate about Deadpool is that regardless of how we may perceive him,
That's facts
he,
though. That's
in a Jack
facts.
Sparrow way, he's able to use those things to his benefit.
If
He's able to
she
use
went
those
in his
things
head, she was supposed to
to
go
solve
insane
his
instantly.
problems.
She was supposed to instantly go insane.
Yes, thank you. Did anyone check out the Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe thing that I
Yeah,
like I,
I
like I
seen the whole
mentioned?
thing. Nigga had fucking Wolverine tied up, burning his shit, fucking up his X Factor. They tried to go inside his head.
There
Fucking
we go.
Professor
Remember when
X,
he
I
shut
think
down
died going in his
Xavier?
head. Like,
Do
yeah,
you remember when he
nigga
shut
had
down
on a
Professor Xavier
he had a cerebral on his head and shit. Like,
and shut him
nigga put on
down?
a cerebral
Shut
helmet and
him
started
down
wilding.
because Professor X was like, "Ain't no way, none of this can be possible. I'm not real. I'm fake." No. Um, Cassandra Nova's never experienced anything like that before in her life. How the fuck is she able to just instantly adapt to that? That makes no sense.
Mm.
Especially since this is not the comic book version. In other words, she's not as powerful. She should not be as powerful as the comic book version. Yet this version is more powerful than the comic book version. At the same time, how?
Mm.
And
So what?
the timeline of the movie, in retrospect, don't make sense when you really think about it, and it will it'll burst your brain. Like manner as the rest of the X-Men timeline. It's bad enough that the MCU has their own continuity issues, and it's bad enough that X-Men already has its own continuity issues. Now Deadpool and Wolverine comes along and creates more continuity issues for the MCU as a whole when you consider it.
Where you lost that? Because with Deadpool, that's after the whole X. That's after X-Men Future Past.
Yes, after X-Men Future Past, which me and
That's the timeline.
but at the same time, it's not. It's after and before and going on at the same time. When it actually think about it. Besides,
Cause you're thinking about you're
Laura
talking.
X-23,
Mm-mm.
Laura X-23 that exists inside of the who's in the void. That's supposed to take place after Logan. Also, this version of what's his name again? This version of Wolverine that we have also exists after the events of Logan. How is Laura and a next 20 a next man,
No,
not
that's no. You're
and a
you're
Wolverine
wrong.
that's
Like
alive
X twenty
is in
three,
existence
the
at the
X
same
23
time.
that's in the void is from Logan, and then the Logan that they got was around the time of X Men '97. That's after everybody dies in X Men '97. He's the
There
only
you
person that
go.
survives.
That's the timeline.
So that's the Wolverine that he got, the one that didn't save everybody and they ended up dying. He was the only one left. And X 23 that's inside the void, that's the one after Logan.
One more time for me, I didn't hear it so clearly.
I said the Wolverine that you see is from after X-Men '97. That's the Wolverine that didn't stay. After everybody died, that was the only that he was the only one left after everybody died. And then X 23 that's inside the void, she's from after Logan dies. So she's from after Logan. She's from the future, and that Wolverine is from basically the past.
Mm-hmm.
If she's from the future, right? If she's from the future, which means so the future now would be current time,
Facts.
because we know that enough time would have passed since Logan, and then especially since you want to take into consideration the blip as
Facts.
well, or the Thanos snapping. That adds 5 years in addition to whatever is.
That's
So
true.
Deadpool and Wolverine
With
can stay
with
way into the
with
future.
with
Yet there's
Deadpool,
a healthy enough
with
version of.
Deadpool, with Deadpool.
Mhm.
Remember, with Deadpool, he had what you call it, time watch. So he was able to go back and forth through time.
All right, cool. I'll
So
give you that.
that is not technically connected to Marvel Universe. The only reason why Deadpool was able to come into Marvel Universe was because of the TBA. The TBA is connected to the whole timeline, the whole universe of the MCU. If you watch if you watch Loki season 1 and 2, you wouldn't
I
have
did.
a
I watched
problem.
both of them and I loved them.
Well, you shouldn't be having a problem of timelines.
Well, yes, I still do.
So
Assuming
you
that you're correct,
didn't.
right?
Yeah.
Sky, assuming that you're correct, I'll give you that. There's still a problem created in terms of the timeline with um with them the MCU now. And why do I say this? In the beginning of the thing, in the beginning of the film, the guy was given an exposition about him being the mercy killer and whatnot, and how when timelines are when timelines lose their main anchor being, the universe dies, right?
Hmm.
And he's going on about how the main continuity of the continuity is the sacred timeline. If the anchor being dies, what makes anything sacred anymore? Because Iron Man is dead.
Ant-Man.
Iron Man is dead. He died
That
back in
he's not the anchor
Endgame.
being, but he's not the anchor
What?
being. He's never been the
Who the
anchor
what?
being.
In in like manner as Hugh Jackman made the X-Men as famous and gave it the longevity as it has to date, even though it ended. And then after he died, it's been going to shit. As
But
much
he's
as
not
we know
the
that to be
main
the case.
timeline. He's not the.
Wait. As much as we know that to be the case, and we know that the MCU became as big a success as it is because of RDJ, and then ever since RDJ left, it's been in limbo. How are you gonna say that he's not the anchor beam? Everyone had this whole thing. I love you 3000. I am inevitable. It was a sad scene. In like manner as Wolverine dying in Logan holding his heart in his hand, so to speak. As much as that was sad, and that's when the X-Men universe as we know it, figuratively and literally died. How are you gonna say he's not the anchor beam? Also, when you keep that in mind, also remember that post Loki season 2, my apologies. Every universe and every timeline has the right to exist. Loki became the god of stories and is holding all the timelines together. In other words, the void and the Goliath or whatever the hell is the monster's name is. There's no need for it to exist anymore because nothing should have any need of pruning anymore. So
Yeah,
what's going on?
there is because a tree when you see the tree of life, right? There's gonna be some branches being fallen off, correct? There's
And
gonna be some
not anymore because Loki's
br-
holding all the timelines.
but there's gonna be branches gonna fall off, bro. There's gonna be branches of timelines gonna fall off. I promise you that. He's not gonna be able to
Well,
carry every timeline because
that's his purpose.
I get
That's
that's
the
his
that's his
purpose,
burden.
but
He
the
said he
tree of
accepts his
life,
burden.
the tree
He
of
knows what he
life,
must do.
am I right with that as testament, Sky? The tree of life is gonna lose branches and leaves. So technically, your assessment of who's supposed to be the anchor being, that's not correct because
Okay, so who's the anchor
Iron
being of the
But see
MCU?
that void shit, that's what fucked it up. That's what confused everybody was the void. You
Thank
feel me?
you.
The void didn't have nothing to do with like it didn't even like if anything happened, the void would have still been there regardless.
the
So the
void
void
is
is
there.
what made yeah, but
So
it's
who's
there
the anchor being
regardless.
now?
Like it, like no,
And
I
what
mean they're
purpose
just
does
in
the
a
void serve now?
they're not part
That,
of the
now that
timeline.
Loki is
They're
the god of
outside of the
stories.
timeline. The void is outside of the timeline. So
Exactly.
whatever would have happened, it wouldn't have affected the people that was inside the void. So that's where the confusion came was the void. The void once they went to the void and they showed characters that was stuck in the void that which like I said X-23 being there. What the fuck is X-23 being doing in the void anyway?
Thank you.
It's just like saying the same thing.
And
It's just like
also
it's like
also I
saying
forgot
this.
about this. Also in the
That's like
film
asking the
they
question why
said that
was
Blade,
the fox
they
thing in the
said
background in
Blade,
the void? Like you feel what I'm
what's the
saying?
name again? Blade, Electra, X-23, and Gambit are in the void because of the threat that they pose to the TVA. What threat? What
And
threat?
that's the thing. And then another thing was Loki.
What
Loki
threat?
does hold all the branches. You feel me? So how was it being affected by Deadpool when Loki is the one who can controls the whole tree?
There we go.
And I just explained that there's gonna be branches of timeline that's gonna fall. He's not gonna be
Yeah,
able to carry everything.
But
and
that
Deadpool did and
Loki's
Deadpool
whole
saved his
purpose now is to
branch.
make sure that doesn't happen.
Deadpool saved his branch. You feel me? And he saved a couple more branches too.
And
I
you've
mean,
seen
it was a
some that
it was a bunch
he
of them that
could
was about to come apart.
yeah there was and you've seen some of them he couldn't bring apart, bring together.
See, and the crazy
So
part, and you know what else came made it confusing? Where's Loki? Loki wasn't even in the TVA. You feel me? They didn't even show Loki, and Loki was supposed to be there. You feel me? So that was a whole good
see,
question too. Like, because Loki
oh,
was
you're talking
supposed to
about
be there.
from Deadpool, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He's
But that's what I'm
outside of
saying. He wasn't even
timeline.
part of that.
He's
Yeah,
outside
he
of
wasn't even
timeline.
part of that. You feel me? And he
So
controls all of it. You feel me? He's the one either makes it go away. He could bring timelines back if he want
the
to. He could do all
the
that shit.
only the only person that can see him through that is his brother, because his brother has the power to do so. Everyone
See,
else
I
do
didn't know
not.
that one.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't know
He
that one.
yeah, bro.
But like I
Because
said, it was a lot of bunched up shit in Deadpool. That's the only reason I gave it an 8 because it was like, I mean, it was a good movie, but like I feel like they tried to cram as much as they wanted to inside the movie just to like, I mean, make a movie. You feel me? Make a good
As
movie.
much
You feel me?
problems as they try to solve, they created.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of
It's
questions
it's a
that
wonderful
I
time.
mean,
It really is a wonderful time. If you just shut your brain off, like Ryan Reynolds said, at the
facts.
beginning of the film, if you
But
shut your
how
brain off,
accurate is
you'll
it?
have a wonderful time. But the moment you start thinking, you're fucked.
But it's like how accurate is this timeline that we're talking about? Like, how accurate
It's
is
a
this movie?
wonderful time. They did a lot of wonderful things. For example, not putting She-Hulk in it, that's a plus, right?
you need help.
That's a plus right there. Not putting She-Hulk in it, that's a plus. I love that. Ryan Reynolds taking less money so that the film could be made because he remembered that the first film got popular of not a lot of money in comparison to the rest of MTU stuff. That's a plus. Um, Deadpool and Wolverine bringing these other forgotten stories like Blade, like Elektra, the Gambit movie that never got made, giving us a glimpse of that. That's a plus. These are wonderful things. Making it with his friends, who he get along with already, not trying to make this thing mainly involved in the MCU instead of the characters. That's a plus. But at the same time, everything about this film was screaming, "Let me into the MCU at the same time. Let me into the MCU. I'll do anything to get into the MCU." What are you doing? You're doing some wonderful things, and then you're trying to cancel out the effect of it. At the same time, I didn't exactly know how to feel about that. So yeah, um, Venom, the last one I haven't seen it yet. Madam Web, you lost me when you tried to make it this a Spider-Man thing with a Spider-Man, and then you use the Spider-Man imagery, with Silk and the other character to lure people in. Like, see, guys, you can still get Spider-Man characters without Spider-Man. It's okay. Come on down. And then is well clickbait. Um, and then everyone fell for it, and now we feel like idiots. Now we rage bait and say, you know what? Screw this. This is bad. Granted, the film is bad, according to the general consensus, but at the same time, they treated us like idiots to say, okay, we see thing we like, we're gonna go, and then I'm gonna get, we're gonna buy. I didn't, we did not see thing we like. They lied. Um, X-Men '97. Um, that's the one. Jesse, when you gave it was it when you gave it a 10, I was like, yes, yes, that makes sense, because not only for the reason that you mentioned, even though some of them I wasn't sure
No,
which
it was a
one to
nine,
send me.
sir. It was a nine, sir. It was a nine.
Okay. Well, that one, 9. Let's go with that. 9. That's the one I was like, you know what? Yes. That's a good one. That is a very good one. Reason why I can say that is because they made us respect Cyclops. Scott Summers in the building. For once, they got him right. And I love that. I love that they were taking care of my boy. Like, yeah, to me, my X-Men. Yes, that's right. They know that he means business. Now, what I did not like, and granted, this is come from someone who haven't yet seen this thing in its entirety. I did not like that they split up Gambit and Rogue. I did not like that at all. I'm guessing further down they explained it as to why they went that route. I did not like that at all. They Rogue and Gambit, they are a very iconic duo in terms of relationship wise. And you're gonna just tear that apart for what? That didn't bode well with me. But your rating on that one, I was like, couldn't have been said better. Everyone loves it. Everyone loves it. And when they fired the guy who worked on it, they were like, "Yo, what are you doing? Bring this nigga back." So that one, yes, 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 and that's all you hear from me for now. For now,
Yeah, so you didn't see all the other shows like the last two, Echo and Agatha, because
I saw
um
Echo. I commented on Echo.
okay, okay, but you didn't see Agatha.
No, I did not
Okay.
see it. I wanted to watch it with my girl. She said something about it just irks her. She's not interested. Then
Mm,
again,
I get it.
I tried to get her to watch Legion, and she said no.
Mm, I get it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
These assessments that we've acquired together is very telling because um you know, we do like these set of characters and we love them to a point that we think that it should deserve justice. And sometimes when you look at these set of TV shows and films, you can cross reference them, like for example, while we still got time, I'll definitely chime in with you where it's like, for example, where if I look at like you already know who's the writer and creator of Deadpool. Deadpool was created the way it was created because of the rating that it got and who made that. When it comes to Madam Web, when it comes to Craven the Hunter, I bet most the writer of both of them are bad, like are very bad, and it tells that uh Marvel or Sony, when they decide to pick a producer or a writer, they can't choose wrong. They need to be able to be better at choosing who's gonna be the best writer, the best producer, and the best I would say videography. Because this is what me, I don't know for other people, me precisely, is gonna look at what did you do in the past? what did you do in the past to get this lead that you wanted to do Craven the Hunter or such like Madam Web? Why you? Why you? And I'm gonna, look at IMDb and search you up and search up what did you do in the past. Like for example, I'm looking at Craven the Hunter right now. The director, his name is J.C. Chandor, and just by looking at him, bro, he's not that cool. Like for real. So yeah, he the I don't know if anybody knows these type of films that he did before in the past. There were sixes and seven, and the first one was The Most Violent Year. He produced that. Then he directed Margarine Call. That was like 2011. He directed that. Then he directed All Is Lost. After that, he also did Triple Frontier. Triple Frontier was a 6.5. I don't know if anybody knows these set of films that this director did, and the ratings were just the same numbers that Craven Hunter is gonna get, a six stinking five, a 6.5, and it just by looking at his past and shit like that, he never rise up to his potential. He never like you know how certain people like to stick to one direction, don't want to listen to other people's creative ideas and to boost them up a little bit to make him the best director that he is. He thinks that he's him. Nobody can change the direction that he wants to direct the film. He's not gonna hear review on set film. So that's a director for you. That's what directors do. And then on top of that, you had three stinking directors on Craven the Hunter. Three stinking directors. Like you got the dude that his name is Richard Winnick. He did Protege. Yo, I kid you not, my G. You may hate me for this, but he directed that shit. You know what I'm saying? He did Protege. He did the Equalizer. He did the Equalizer 3. He did the Expendables 2. So it wasn't no dude that didn't know how to do his craft. You know what I'm saying? And his craft was always higher than a 7. So and it just he wrote it. Then you have another person called Artman Marcoon. He he did the Men in Black International. I already know a lot of people did not like Men in Black International. A lot of people didn't even like the Iron Man 2008. He the one did the Iron Man 2008 version. And Nas, did you like the Iron Man
Wait.
2008?
2008
Yeah,
with John Favreau?
yeah,
Are you sure?
bruh. Art McCon. I'll give you the link right now.
The
He
dude who
did.
plays Happy Hogan. I thought the general consensus is he's the one who did the 2008 version. You sure don't mean the second one?
This guy right here. He did Transformers The Last Night. He did Iron Man 2008, and he also did Men in Black International, and he also did the Uncharted. He wrote those. He's the writer for those. And all his writing skills was like a straight six, my G. So the only best writing he had was Iron Man. Iron Man 2008. That was a 7.9. But with that in mind, you gotta look at the director, and the director was was the best of the best, and that was Happy Hogan. He directed that.
Yeah,
That's
John.
why.
That's what I just said.
Now I'm talking about the writer, bro. I'm talking about the writer. I'm talking about the writer. I'm not talking about the director. You feel me? So
Bet.
the writer, a writer and a director is completely different. with Craven the
Mm.
Hunter, you had a guy that wrote wrote it from this perspective. I'm telling you, there was three writers. There was a writer that did Transformers: Last Stand, Iron Man 2008, and you got Men in Black International, and you got the Uncharted. That's one writer. The other writer did Protege, and he did something else. That's that's Richard Winnick. Richard Winnick, he the one did all the Equalizers, and he did Vamp back in '86. You know what I'm saying? So, and he did the Protege. So the Protege was good in my book. Renegade was good in my book back in 2017. But you had three different creative writers, and it don't go really well. You know, and then you got Matthew Holloway. Matthew Holloway, he did Shadow of Fear. He did Punisher War Zone. He also wrote Men in Black International. Like you're gonna get different creativeness of Craven the Hunter, and that's why Craven the Hunter was a six. It's gonna be a six. If I see something that changed my mind when I watch it, maybe I'll change my perspective. But come on, Marvel, Sony, Sony who did Craven the Hunter, who did Venom, who did Madam Web. Yo, y'all niggas gonna have to choose better, bro, because because you hear it from Nas telling you what time it is. You hear it from Pat what time it is. If there was more people in my channel would blow because people would tell you, Sony, what are you thinking? What are you smoking? Because we thought that you know we not some people want to criticize female lead characters and stuff like that. They're not criticizing the lead, the female being lead character. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nas and Sky and Pat. People are not hating the fact that lead characters exist. They hate the fact that the lead characters sometimes be political. One, second, they're not they're not writing the story to make it make sense for males and females to like the overall story of a female lead character. Am I right with that assessment, guys?
From what I've seen to date, and my personal opinion on this, the folks who are saying like what's in them again, Craig, the dude who plays Phil Coulson in the MC in Agents of Shield and in the MCU when they're
Mm-hmm.
ready. He when he was hearing a lot of negative feedback about Captain Marvel. He was saying y'all just hating because you don't want female led superheroes. Like, dude, are you serious right now? You of all people who worked on the Agents of Shield, and you had Melinda fucking May, the badass that she is,
That's what I'm saying.
by your side,
That,
bailing you out every single day. You're gonna tell me that I don't like female superheroes? You serious? I'm out here campaigning every single day, um, relatively speaking, to get a Melinda May shout out in the rest of the MCU. You're gonna tell me that I don't like female superheroes, or just I
see,
don't like female superheroes? Really? You're gonna tell me Quake wasn't badass? You're gonna tell me I don't like
oh,
Quake?
girl, Quake was badass, bro. Quake from Agents of
Exactly.
Shield,
So
she was
he don't get
badass.
he don't get to say anything like that. That's a false statement. The first Wonder Woman movie, as much as the last part of it was kind of a letdown, the first Wonder Woman movie, everyone saw that. I thought it was fire. The
Yeah.
Resident Evil films, everyone loved them
Ooh.
bitches. That Alien
Yeah.
franchise, everyone loved them bitches. Sarah Connor, everyone loved it when she came out. What you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. So
You
it's
feel
just
me?
that
So change that statement. You just don't want to be lied to, And if you're gonna lie to us, tell a better lie. Don't try to get me to feel like, oh, I'm the problem because I can't see what about her I'm supposed to like when you didn't make her likable to begin with
There
and
you go.
believable in the position that character is. For example, there in no way that I should look at She-Hulk belittling her cousin for what he went through and then saying that her being catcalled on the street or someone explaining her area of expertise to her that is more severe than being hunted by the government with guns and you're not being left alone in peace and the government literally want to weaponize your blood and anywhere that you go, you can literally set it off in there, and you're trying not to crash out, and you just want people to leave you alone so that you can focus on yourself. And you're gonna come around like, oh, I'm better than you, and I'm supposed to love you. Your
Mm.
story literally had no conclusion, and I must love you. The best thing you got going for you is that you became a Karen and you spoke to the manager.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You spoke to the manager. That is Kevin. Spoke to the manager and had the manager fix the problem. Let me speak to your manager. That's what she did, and that's the best thing that That's not that's the most important most thing that she did. And I must be like, oh yes, Queen. Really? Get
You.
fucked.
That's what I was saying. Like people always want to, just like for example, for for video games and seeing lead characters, people want to talk about the other politics in the room. Uh, I'll keep it real. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. We collide on different takes and different strokes that people are not. People itself is not understanding. Like so. Because the consensus is that just because there's a lead character film, it's gonna turn out woke. It's gonna turn out this, that, and third, and the other. But the consensus is that, like I'm conveying, is that I'm not hating a lead character. If I hated lead female characters, I wouldn't watch Xena the Warrior Princess. I wouldn't watch
Here we go.
you know what I'm
Here you
saying?
go. Talk your shit.
I wouldn't watch that. I wouldn't watch Agatha. I wouldn't watch Echo. I wouldn't watch Jessica Jones. I would have never watched
Jessica Jones, I love Jessica
I
Jones.
would never watch
I hate TVT, but I
Runaways.
love Jessica Jones.
Never want to watch Runaways. I want to never watch uh Cloak and Dagger. Like there's a
Yep,
lot.
let him know.
There's a lot of female leads that's part of Marvel. If the it's like it's like this. If the shoe fits, we good. If the shoe doesn't
There's
fit, I'm gonna
no
tell you what
reason.
time it is.
There's no reason to gaslight people into liking something that they don't like. It's called feedback. You don't like it, kick rocks. Still, I'm barefooted and make sure that it's a pinky toe. I hope your pinky toe gets hurt.
Pinky toe's too hard, bro. Pinky toe's too hard. Cause you got that
Step
little
on the
itty,
pointy Lego.
you got that itty bitty, teeny teeny weeny, uh,
I
toe.
hope they catch you on the Epstein list. I
You
hope you
probably.
get your butt getting oiled up in them Diddy parties.
Oh man, there we go.
Because they know we're going to gaslight. Okay, be, be. Oh, you were hearing me inside? My apologies. Okay, be honest with me. When you heard about Madam Web and you saw the trailer, what did you feel about the trailer? Just the trailer alone, just before you even saw anything else, just off the trailer alone. When you watched it, how did you feel about the overall product? What it could potentially be? This is for
Oh,
everybody in the on the pod. How did y'all feel?
who? You want me to go first?
Anybody? How did y'all feel
With Madam Web, I felt like
with it? Just the trailer alone, just the trailer.
it was like it was awesome to see where I was going like in history time when Madam Web came out. I didn't know that there were female lead Spider Womans. I had to like trace
Hmm.
back.
Yeah, I like some female superheroes too. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't know why they pushing that agenda, but there are some awesome female superheroes. You feel me? I don't know why they doing
Yeah.
that.
So based on the trailer, how did you feel? Just before you even saw anything else, before you even knew what the product was actually going to be. How did you feel about the trailer?
But Madam Web,
Yes, when the trailer just dropped and you saw that for the first time, how did you feel? How did it make you feel?
I didn't like it. I didn't like the trailer because it was kind of like it was stupid to me. Like, you know what I mean, I'm like, she don't look like she's all that. Like, it wasn't. It didn't give me that I should watch it feel.
Mm.
All right, that's one. Anybody else?
Like some, I don't know, man. It just didn't give me a good vibe, bro. It just gave me that what is this vibe? Like, oh, okay, this can be something. Like, that shit was corny,
Hey,
bro.
I thought it could be something too. When I saw they had Silk in the trailer, I was like, "Hey, no way! Oh, we're getting these? Let's
Yeah,
go!"
yeah. That's what I was excited for. I was
Yo,
excited
I was
where
pumped.
Sony. I was pumped where Sony found the way to to have a Spider Verse. I was thinking that this is the way in for Gwen Stacy. This is a way to
Mhm.
bring her in where they still got Tom Holland as a Spider Man. They I don't know what they were trying to convey as Spider Man arch enemy is the movie to go. No, Spider Man's arch enemy should be with Spider Man. If you if
Mhm.
you if you wanted if you wanted that, you should have stuck with Spider Woman lead characters, right? So you can have your own Sony Spider Man characters because you guys have a ton of characters and you're not using it right. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I felt. That's how I felt with that. That's how I felt. That's how I felt with that. Where there was so much that could have been done with the lead characters, because they always try to. I don't know why, for some idiotic reason, that this year was straight wokeness or straight. It had to be females couldn't be beautiful or females couldn't be led a certain way, and writers had to like change a certain pattern. And on top of that, guys, you guys also got to understand that we had a writer strike, and when it came to writer strike and actor strike, that messed up the art and the direction of these things. You you may not agree with what I'm saying of how these uh films and TV shows came across 2024, but we
Very
should
true.
give it that grace where
Very true.
I'm not giving grace to Madam Web. I'm not giving grace to also Craven the Hunter because they had they had people. They had the best writers. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of have they kind of have an okay director. They probably thought that by looking at what they did in the past and they assessed it where these are the golden ticket that can give Craven the Hunter its best or Madam Web its best, and that didn't came true. You know what I'm saying? Due to the fact of uh, the writer's strike, and they had time to do this, but Sony, you need to for my honest opinion, Sony and Marvel, you need to up your game. You need to be able to know who's the eights, who's the nines, so you can have a better assessment of like, okay, if I get a nine director, a nine writer, or what I'm saying, at least my movies turn out an eight. You know what I'm saying, Nas and Sky? They need to up their game. Cause like if you're picking three writers or two writers or just one writer, you need to make sure that they're ahead of the game. They need to be on top of their game so you can that in your back in your mind. You're trying to shoot for nine, but if the audience is okay with it, they'll give it a 8.5 or 8.9, depending on the assessment that the population agrees with. Any thoughts on that?
I was gonna say just like a little comment, like with Sony and Marvel, like I feel like
Sony.
the writers they are picking, they don't be writers who's really dedicated to like superheroes, or it's like they know their comics, and I feel like that's why it's not
Mm,
really uprising as it could be. You feel me? Because think about this: if we were to put like just and this is just an example, but if we were to put Too Good as a writer for a movie, shit gonna come out dope. Why is it gonna come out dope? Because Too Good knows his shit about the heroes in the Marvel in the universe. You feel me? He done put his time and experience to learn shit in different timelines and different outcomes of heroes to where he could come up with something that's gonna be fire. But if you're just picking anybody as a writer, people who's doing Transformers or Equalizer and other bullshit, I mean the movie's not gonna be its best.
mm, that makes good assessment right there. That makes good assessment towards these films that we came across to, bro. That is true because none of these writers and none of these directors did anything like that.
You feel me? That's just like you got hired on the first day. They already got you on the floor already, like no training. Like you feel me? They just throw you in the fields, and that's really how they be doing. They choose these writers. Okay, give them a little bag. Okay, we want you to come up with some fire movie for this character. All right, the writer could come up with something. It's not his first rodeo writing something, but does he actually know what the fuck he's writing about?
For sure, yeah, bro, yeah, yeah, that is true. That is true. And none of them, you know, did their best. And mind you, how this, how is this person that did Madam Web did the Defenders, and the Defenders was great. What is going on here? And she did Jessica Jones. Why Madam Web flunked? She know. Wait, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold the fork.
If what you're saying is accurate, not because someone is able to do one character right, that doesn't mean they know enough to get another character right. They probably just looked up
Oh,
something
she's she.
real quick
Oh,
on
hey,
YouTube.
I'm sorry. She's the director. She directed the film, and she wasn't the writer. So
There
the
you
the
go.
the writer was the same person that did Morbius.
Ah, ah.
She she did he did Morbius and he did God of Egypt. God damn, God of Egypt wasn't even that good either.
God of Egypt,
Yeah, God of Egypt was
and
a
we wonder,
5.4.
and we wonder.
And then that's the first writer. The second writer of Madam Web is the same. Is the same. Wait, don't tell me the same three writers for the same three three movies. Don't tell
There
me
you go.
that. Got old caca.
That's why we just need to just say fuck it and go animation. Go back to full animation. Look at Into the Spider Verse and Across the Spider Verse. Those were good. Go back here. Let's go back to animation. Yeah, Marvel shines there right
The
now.
the two writers is the one that did Morbius and Madam Web, but the other one he did MI5 TV show. He also did Liars on Mars, and also he produced Autonomy of Scandals. These are all TV miniseries, TV series, and stuff like that. So so I honestly didn't see his version of creative writing is towards Madam Web. If it did, I must have did not see it, but majority of it I seen Morbius in it. So that's why I'm saying like when you have three writers bunch up together, sometimes it doesn't make sense uh collectively. And and just because like for example this person right here, his name his name is Claire Parker. He must have had, some thoughts and ideas that he wanted to come across and stuff like that. But when you have two people that did something already and one person never scripted or never wrote for characters like we are from the Sony and Marvel animation and TV show. He never done anything like that. You just was like, yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? That's what I get from that. Cause like with Madam Web, it could have been extra 2 points if if the other side would have heard his his version collectively. It's a, combine it where at least it could have been a five. You get what I'm saying, Nas? Because his name again is Claire Parker. Claire Parker, he did a TV series that's like in 8.3, 8.3 guys. And majority of people that watch his TV series loved it. And then you got the other person that did Morbius and Madam Web. They also did shows that suck. I mean, movies that suck, bro. That's why you just laughed that. Wait, that person did God of Egypt? Yeah, and that was a 5.4, bro. And they did Power Rangers.
That being said, can you blame me for saying we need to give these nerds a chance? You've seen it in the pitches and the rewrites that I've been sending
Hmm?
your way. You've seen them. Based on what you've seen and what I keep sending you, do you believe not what I've been saying now that we really need these students really need to be giving the nerds a chance? The people on YouTube who just make their silly little YouTube videos and they get their little 100,000 views or whatnot.
I mean,
Um,
yeah, but is Marvel and Sony is really looking at them collectively, or are they just sticking to the
they're
people that
not,
they?
but the point is they should,
Yeah, they should, but are they?
given what we've seen. Because I don't know if the rest of y'all saw the blade pitch that
Yeah, I
Nando
seen
did
it.
on
I
YouTube.
seen it.
Yeah, you seen it Jesse, but I don't know if Pat or Sky saw it. Yeah, that shit was nice.
So what?
And that being and all things considered, um, how many directors did the Blade movie go through because they said they couldn't find a director or they disagreed on the story? And here comes Nando out of nowhere on YouTube. Boom, a story. Bam, slam it down on the table. A good story at that.
The thing is that maybe these people are not getting direct connection to Kevin Feige or Sony. I mean, they're not getting because like if you want to direct something, you have to find means and adversaries to be able to get there. You can't just be, if you really want to be able to do that, you have to market yourself to a point where they see you. If you don't
Yeah, but
market
Sony
yourself,
Sony don't give a fuck about nobody else. They don't care
I mean,
about
market
people's
himself.
opinions,
Nando has
nothing.
a whole streaming service
They're gonna
just
do
by
whatever they want
for
to do.
himself. Him and other creators came together and they created their own streaming service. You ever heard of Nebula or Curiosity Stream?
yeah.
Yeah, that's Nando. They made that.
Mm.
So when you say marketing it yourself, what do you mean?
What I
You
mean
use
is that
you've heard of their platform.
what I'm saying is that Marvel and Sony is not giving them a chance. If there's such a
Unfortunately,
if there's such a high rank, they would have got a nominated. You know what I'm saying? They would have gotten nominated to what they done and what they accomplished in the Hollywood sphere. They're not nominated.
which is very unfortunate.
I'm speaking facts and numbers. You know, that's what I'm saying. They're not marketing themselves. If they were marketing
Where
themselves to that
clearly the people that
extent,
the studios are generally going for, they're not really getting it done. So look outside the box. And the best thing about it, you don't have to pay them as much money, which means more money can go towards the storytelling itself or bringing these themes to life. That's a dope trade
See,
off.
they coming out with a new Spawn.
yeah, I seen that.
Yo,
I
niggas
haven't
got
s-
Jamie Foxx's Spawn. Yo, that's crazy.
I haven't seen Invincible is about to come out. That's one of my favorite
Tim Holland's
shows.
supposed to be directing it.
Who?
Tim Holland.
Mm. See,
Tim
he's
Holland, and they got the dude. And they got the people that made Damn, I forgot the dudes that the production, but they made a couple good movies. So it might actually be fire.
mm.
But Jamie Foxx's Spawn, that shit's crazy, bro.
But yeah, so what your assessment of why these shows came across like with Madam Web? Madam Web had the dumbest writers from from Power Rangers to Power Rangers to Madam Web to also Morbius. And then the other
Hey,
guy,
Power Rangers was nice. Stop
See,
it.
I fuck with Power Rangers. It depends on which Power Rangers, but I fuck with Power
Power
uh,
Rangers. It
Rangers
depends
was
on which
nice.
one.
The 2017 movie was nice. What you doing?
Mm.
I get it, but
When I go to Power
the
Rangers, I
numbers
go
don't
for
lie
silly.
though. But the numbers don't
When I go
lie.
to Power Rangers, I go for silly, and it
Yeah, the
delivered
numbers don't
on
lie.
silly, and it's over the top silly.
But
I got that.
the numbers don't lie.
I liked the original. The original Power Rangers was cool. All the other ones was kind of boring.
And then you got one person. Then you got two mother truckers. Did Morbius, God of Egypt, you know, and again Power Rangers 2017 Power Rangers. 2017 Power Rangers was rated as a 5.9, my nigga. A 5.9. There's no
Yeah, yeah.
That's hella
like
After
unfortunate.
after Mighty Morphins and Turbo, it was over. It was
like
definitely.
Oh, speaking of which, did y'all see the short film Power Rangers that for Power Rangers that came out sometime before that?
yeah, I seen the short film of that. That
Yo,
one was
that was
dope.
nice.
That was nice. Yep.
That was nice. So I was like, yep, there you go. That's how you get it done.
And then and
I
then you
love.
got and then you got the person that created Echo. Like you gotta also give the props to the actor. That was her first time, and she's deaf on top of that. So you gotta give it up to her that she was tasked to do this and made it
I feel like if you're
feel.
gonna bring out these random characters, like if you're gonna bring out these random characters, at least make sure the storyline is good. You know what I mean? Madam Web could have been better, way better than what they, they portrayed it as. You know what I mean? It could have been way better. But all the movies and stuff could be way better. It's just, you know what I mean, they just working with what they got, and they don't got too much. You feel me? So, you know what I mean? But like I said, you know what I mean, they just need to, put more time and effort into their shows and movies, man. I mean, they just be trying to cram shit together just to try to make a quick buck instead of. I mean, it's like quality over quantity. You feel me? They're taking quantity instead of quality. You feel me? They just want the large masses to bring money in, but they're not giving people what they need to see.
Mm, you're right. Well, yeah, you're right on that assessment.
You know what I mean?
You
Like, I mean, they don't have to always follow the comic books, but give people, know what I mean, some accurate shit. You feel me? Like, I mean, you did give us like Deadpool and stuff like that, and X-Men '97, and and all these good stuff, like some of these good things, but just make sure it's up to par. You know what I mean? X-Men '97 was good because they took the time. You could tell they took the time to do X-Men '97, and they knew that they couldn't fuck it up. That's why they made sure it was good. You feel me? Now a lot of the other ones, now I mean, they just testing it out. They were just testing the waters. They say, all right, Madam Web, we know that ain't gonna be nothing to bring back. You feel me? So we just gotta do a little bit better on their writing.
Yeah, they gotta choose the best of the best. They can't choose somebody that stink. And on top of that, the thing with Madam Web, they should have never had two of the same writers that did the same movie. That's what fucked up Madam Web. They had two of the same writers that did Madam Web and Morbius. At least you got motherfucking Craven the Hunter didn't have the same dynamics of people. Like you get what I'm saying, guys? Because like with Craven the Hunter, it may suck to be six, but at least the people, the writer that they had, it wasn't the same writer.
Craven the Hunter, man. I mean, I don't really have nothing bad or good to say about Craven the Hunter. Craven the Hunter is like, I mean, he's okay villain, I guess, in Spider Man and shit like that, but he's not my one of my top, my top villains from there. You know what I mean? I would have liked to see another Doc Ock or somebody. You know what I mean? We already did Mysterio. You know what I mean? Craven the Hunter. You know what I mean? It looked like it's alright though. I ain't going to downplay it though. It looked like it's okay.
Where, yeah, that's what you like. That's what I'm saying. Like, uh, I mean, with Craven the Hunter, they did two of the same writers did work on two different films, but it's not that big of a because I guess because it's more action packed and stuff like that. As far as with with
A lot of people don't know who Craven the Hunter is. You feel me? Like Craven the Hunter, you know what I mean? The only way you know him is if you know Spider Man for real. Like, so he's like, you know what I mean? He's one of those characters that's not really seen. Like if you look at the characters that's in the generation that we're in now, Craven the Hunter is not even talked about.
yeah. Yeah. And then Matt Holloway, he was the person. Yeah, all these are the same three writers that created every single thing with Craven the Hunter. So I don't understand. That's the thing. I don't understand how three of the same writers is writing for Craven the Hunter and it still became a six due to the fact, due to the motherfucking fact, except for the guy that created Equalizer. Because the writer that created the Equalizer, his name is Richard Winnick. He the one created, like for example, the Protege. You got all the Equalizer. That's him as a writer by itself. Most of his Equalizers is like a 6.7 to 6.8. The the most attractive one in his portfolio is the first Equalizer, which is a 7.2. Then then you have the next writer. His name is Art McComb. He produced Iron Man 2008, Transformers: The Last Night, Men in Black International, and The Uncharted. So that's different. That's a different writer, but they're not the same. And then you got Matt Holloway that that worked with the same is two against one, I would say. That's already two against one already. And you only have one person that did the equalizer. So it was like they with Craven you needed a guy that had the same mechanics of the equalizer so Craven the Hunter can be good. Because the last two people Did Nas and Sky, did you like the Transformer the last night?
The last time I watched a Transformers
Oh,
film, I wasn't still a part of
damn.
it. I don't know.
I liked it. I only like. I'm gonna say 50-50 because I like I'm a fan of Beast Wars. You know what I mean? So I actually liked it how like they brought out Beast Wars. You know what I mean? Optimus Prime was the ape. You feel me? The cheetah and shit like that. I love Beast Wars. So you know what I
Did
mean? That
you
part was dope.
did you like Men in Black International?
Nah, not so much. The only reason I didn't like it is
I
because
wanted
they
no
didn't have
part
the
of that.
original
Remove
characters.
that
You feel me?
from
Like
me.
But that's the writer of
international, bro.
Craven the
That's one of
Hunter,
those things we
though.
don't talk about, bro.
But that's the writer of
Oh,
Craven the Hunter. You got
oh yeah,
two
nah,
writers
yeah.
wrote the same script for Men in Black International, Uncharted.
Yeah, I
Then
ain't like
you,
I
the
really didn't like Uncharted was fire.
I,
Uncharted was
Iron
fire.
Man, Iron Man 2008,
You
Transformers
know
the
I love
Last
Iron Man.
Night. So these are the same two writers, bro, that created Craven the Hunter. So by
So
looking at
it's gonna be probably a bust. So it's gonna
it,
probably be either a bust or it's not.
there you go.
Yeah, I
Like
get it now. Yeah.
you got two writers against another writer that did Equalizer, my nigga.
What? Oh man, that's crazy.
You get what I'm
Equalizer. That's
saying? So
what?
how the dude that wrote the Equalizer is gonna have an assessment of telling the other two, like, hey, I think that your writing mechanics should go maybe this way a little bit.
Bum ass
You know,
nigga.
you get what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
don't how you
international. That was garbage, bro. That shit was terrible. Cause like, you know what I mean? It was just like, and then they had a memorial for Will Smith on the fucking wall and shit. I'm like, well, come on, bro. That shit really like that shit took away my childhood for a second. I'm like, damn, I'm thinking we're gonna be Agent K, you feel me? Agent J. Nah, these niggas ain't even and they not even part of it. It's like a whole nother timeline, like in like the future part and shit. Like that shit was
yeah.
so corny, bro.
But
Transformers was alright. Nah, I mean, I like the Transformers movies, but last one was okay. You know what I mean, I just like the Beast War version of it. Like that shit was dope, but. Equalizer, nigga, that's a 10. That's a perfect 10, bro. So I don't know how the fuck he gonna work with them niggas. I'm like, bro, y'all niggas gonna have to be up to par or something. Cause
yeah,
you see the movie I made, you know me like,
yeah. Even though in his assessment, right, in in his assessment in his portfolio, my guy, the only one that succeeded in high numbers was the first Equalizer. The the he did Equalizer. He did the Expendable 2. The Expendable 2 was a 6.2. And then you got
damn, I
then
like the
you
Expendables. That shit was
then
fire.
you got the Equalizer 3 is a 6.8. Then you got the Equalizer that's 6.7. So his numbers is like
That's
seven.
crazy.
His
That's
numbers is
crazy, bro.
straight sevens. You know what I mean? You can give him that. The writer for Equalizer, the writer for Equalizer and
And they had three of them.
yeah, the writer for
You feel me?
equal
So it had to be good.
for Equalizer and the Expendables, the way I'm assessing it is straight sevens, right? And then you got two of the same
That's
people
understandable.
that did Iron Man, uh, International, and Uncharted. Their numbers are
So is he? So
straight
are
six.
they really up to par? Or are they all on the same level?
They're
Like,
not. They're not. Uncharted is a 6.3. Men in Black is a 5.6.
wow,
Iron Man is 7.9. Then you got Transformers the
that's
last night is
understandable.
a 5.2. How?
That's crazy, yo. I understand that.
How you want me that my portfolio is a straight seven and yours is two numbers down, my nigga? And you don't want to hear what I have to say, I'm gonna leave you be.
Fact.
It's the same thing it's the same thing that happened with Madam Web. This is this is the people that created Craven the Hunter. These are the writers that created Craven the Hunter. the director itself directed. Uh, I'll tell you what he directed. He directed probably movies you don't even know. A Most Violent Year, Margarine Call, All Is Lost, and The Frontier. I don't know if anybody heard of those. Uh,
I think I heard of the Frontier before. Out of
yeah,
all of
that's
them, I think I heard of the Frontier before.
but the director he raised up though. I don't know if the numbers correspond to the writing style, but it's saying here it's a 6.5, and All Is Lost is a 6.9. He was gradually getting up there. His numbers was getting up there. Then Margin Call was a 7.1. Then you got a 6.9. You know, he kind of fall off a little
Oh
bit,
no.
but
Yeah.
it still stayed consistent throughout the years of being uh,
What you
a,
think
a
Craven
seven.
gonna get like five?
By
Like
my
5.2 some shit?
by my assessment, because they didn't allow Richard Winnick to voice his opinion, it's gonna be straight six. Because
That's crazy.
if he had, because you could tell, just the same thing with Madam Web. They had two of the same writers that did Morbius. Same
And
thing
that shit
here.
was so terrible, bro.
They
Wow. Now I
didn't they
know why it's
didn't
so terrible.
they didn't allow the other person to voice their opinion.
Now I know why that shit was so terrible. Cause that Morbius movie that we don't even talk. They don't even talk about that shit, bro. That shit was
Exactly.
horrible.
So, like, why Sony was like, oh, I'm gonna put two of the best people that flunked Morbius, and then give them a person that did Equalizer. Like, come
That
on.
shit's stupid, bro.
And then the Equalizer is trying to tell you, yo, you fucking up. This writing style is fucking up the whole story. Like, what are you doing?
Facts.
Like,
And they don't even want it. And that's why I said Sony don't even give a fuck to the point where they just do whatever they want to do, and they think that they don't have to have no type of backlash. They don't care about the backlash of what they do. Like for you to have this person that made Equalizer, which all three of them was fucking fire, and you don't even want to want to hear his opinion, and he made better movies than all you motherfuckers.
yeah,
Like he
know
made
what
a
I'm
better movie than
saying?
all you niggas. Like that's crazy, bro. Like that's real stupid on their part because they need to make better decisions on the people that they have writing and the people that they have directing, bro. Like why would you bring somebody that's a nobody that I mean you see his average is kind of low and think that he gonna bring out some shit that like that's gonna be fucking great, and then you give him some bullshit like Craven the Hunter, like you give him these bullshit ass movies, fucking X-Men International, Men in Black International,
International, yep.
like come on, bro, like come on, man, like and you get these half-ass writers that clearly don't shouldn't even be like, come on, Mobius was fucking ass. So why would you go and get two niggas that was part of that wrote that and tried to make them do this like and think it was going to be even better? Like stupid, bro.
Yeah. That's their take. Like, I mean, that's why we didn't. That's why these shows and these films happened the way they happened because they had better the ratings that we rated every TV show and also films was rated higher out of all the films that came combined this year. You like with Madam Web, straight four. Craven the Hunter probably is gonna be a six. Then you got Venom. Uh, Majority of you, Nas, and Pat said it was a straight eight. Am I right with that assessment? I don't want to say that's concise if I'm wrong.
No, I give it an 8.
Yeah, I said it was an 8.
I do too.
Nas, you said it was an 8 too for Venom.
No, I'd say that's probably too high. But if that's what
No,
it
no.
is,
So
Facts.
what's
then
what's
that's
your
what it is.
number? What's your number?
It's been basic. It didn't
So
do
what's the
anything to
number?
raise the star.
What's
Like
the
around
number?
7.
7.
Yeah,
Okay. So we're
with the
met,
rest of the films that came before.
and then Deadpool. Deadpool was what?
The last time Deadpool was a 7.8. It
Seven
stays
point
there.
eight. It stays
I
there.
gave I gave Deadpool an 8.
Okay, everybody's on that same consistent base, like 7, 8ish. Everybody's with the same consistent consistency because of what Marvel what Marvel did. Period. Out of all their shows, like Echo,
Bro, it's the little
Agatha,
things that count, bro. Like
X
it was
Men.
like key things out of these movies that like I said, I had to take a point or two off because of certain situations that I was looking at. Like
Mm-hmm.
this didn't really make sense, or like this wasn't pointed out in the right way, or I mean, but in all overall, the movies was great movies, but it's just what I mean, you see where their rushing and their flaws is being like viewed. You feel me? Like
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
that's the reason why I gave them like they're good movies, but I had to give them an 8 just because of the cramming that they doing and trying to get people's attention and trying to get money. You feel me? I could tell. Like so that's why I gave them an 8.
For
But they was
sure.
great movies.
That's why our assessments was way higher than the other Sony films that they created. You know, what happened, Nas?
No, not you, not you.
Oh, so yeah, that's what that's what the consistency is probably gonna be, and what people are going to say when they judge these films, because there's gonna be other podcasts that's gonna maybe do their assessment overall this 2024. There's other films like What If, What If season 3, and What If season 3. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna like it, and I've liked it from the start. Nas. There we go with this collision. What happened with What If?
If you like it, good for you. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
If you like
it's
it, good
it's
for
all it's,
you.
it's all subjective. It's all
Hmm,
subjective to the eye of the beholder.
hmm.
It's
Also,
all
I forgot to mention, you had a saying that you were using throughout. Numbers don't lie, and I forgot to mention, except for when they do, because when Captain Marvel came out, did you know that as much as they're saying, oh, the theaters are selling out, that's a lie. Do you know that Marvel was out here buying some of those tickets
Oh
of
yeah,
what?
to boost the
yeah, yeah. They
revenue?
was, yeah.
They were
They
buying
was
some of those
buying the
tickets,
tickets, I mean, because the
trying to
shit was
tell
so
people,
low.
hey,
What?
this female
Which
and
one?
superhero movie is awesome.
What? Captain Marvel?
Yeah,
Hmm. Interesting.
yeah, man. So numbers don't lie, except for when they do,
Yeah.
because numbers can be fabricated.
Not against,
Unfortunately.
not against Rotten
Facts.
Tomatoes.
That's what Drake going through right now. That's what
Oh,
Drake going through right now.
you don't think right? You don't think that Rotten Tomatoes at times can be biased, or the reviewers are full of it sometimes?
Yeah,
Sometimes.
sometimes yes. What I mean, you
All
just
right.
gotta go through the critics' choices or the writing itself. So some of them is gonna, if you just based on the numbers, like it says 89% or IMDb that says 7.4, and you don't read the assessment part, then you're not giving the full story behind of why people or why critics hate the film, because the critics is going to tell you what time it is. The audience itself is going to tell you what time it is. It's going to be that. If you don't believe in that assessment, you can also go on subreddits. Subreddits are where majority of fans going to judge the film accordingly, and they're not shy away from doing that. Even
You know what? You're
Twitter,
right. Reddit.
even
Leave it to Reddit, the unsung heroes of the internet.
yeah, Those are so people is gonna tell you what time it is, and they're gonna tell you, yo, this shit not right. But this is um a good episode. If anybody is on Facebook and YouTube, you may not agree with the assessment that I have. Also, Nas and Sky gave their assessments and the reasons why behind why these shows was good and some were bad. These are the reasons why that Sony need to step up and pick better writers. I'm not saying you shouldn't pick better directors. I'm talking about writers because writers know the comic book. Writers know what needs to be delivered. Writers know how to deliver. The director is just to follow his imaginative style
Give
writing.
these nerds a chance. Give the nerds a chance.
Yes, that should be given. If you don't, you're gonna get majority of fans on your ass, and they're gonna tell you what time it is. And then you're gonna also have YouTubers that gonna tell you what time it is. They're not gonna shy away and tell you, yo, what are you doing, Sony? What are you doing, Marvel? What the fuck were you thinking by deciding that two two writers that did Madam Web and Morbius should do Madam Web? It makes no sense. You have also Craven the Hunter, same bullshit against a Equalizer writer, and the Equalizer writer did have no say so at all whatsoever. Where the two writers was a stinking freaking a piece of $5. I'm worth $5. These niggas worth five. These niggas don't even worth $5 in my book. If you're if you're coming at me with some bullshit, and by looking at your portfolio, I will tell you, bro. When the next film comes, I'm gonna look at what you did in the past and be like, yo, this shit is not gonna go well. It's not gonna go well. And Sky and Nas is gonna look at those assessments and gonna be judged accordingly because they're older than me. They have more space in this Pacific realm that we have when it comes to uh animated or characters that we love, so if you want to talk your talk and collide with us, or debate with us, come along and collide and debate with us, because I don't, I got the time, I got the patience to be able to debate with you, and tell you that your assessment is right or wrong based on my facts that I've gathered across the uh, internet. And I'm going to tell you that your assessment may be accurate, but why do you think this way? Because the writer that they chose fucked up. You know, there's nobody in here like me, Nas, and Skies are giving Madam Web or Craving a pass because of the choices that Sony did, not Marvel. Marvel is good. Marvel gave pretty much overall speaking, because when it comes to, well, excuse me,
Yes, I was about to say, try again.
excuse
Try
me,
again.
let me correct that. Venom, Craven the Hunter, Madam Web, pretty much a seven, maybe, because with Craven the Hunter and Madam Web, they're both fives. So altogether, that's a six. And due to the fact that Venom is like a seven, is like a 8.7 ish. That's why overall Sony, you made money, but you could have made more. You could have made more, but you just didn't give a fuck more about Craven the Hunter and Madam Web. You gave more fucks about Venom, more than giving a fuck about Craven the Hunter and Madam Web. if you didn't give a fuck, you shouldn't have created. You shouldn't have done Craven the Hunter or Madam Web. In my assessment too. With Marvel, Marvel did overall speaking, uh, a straight nine, because, well, with not a lot of people liked it Echo because of that. So
Mm-hmm.
you can bring
So
it
that
down
brings it
to a
down to an
six.
H.
You can bring it down to a six because not many people like that. Again, Kingpin was dumbed down. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we,
His plan made no sense. And granted,
so
he's known for throwing tantrums, but that was just like way beyond what we know him to be. Nothing
it,
about that was sophisticated at all.
so with Marvel assessments overall is a straight eight. You know, a straight eight because Deadpool is a 8.7. You got X-Men 97 that was straight nine. You got Agatha based on audience critiques, that's another nine. With Echo, nobody is like trying to see that Kingpin fatherism. That's what it was to me based on what I see. It was based on him showing that he was being a father to Echo, and Echo didn't know the fact that he chose the route of killing his real father. She didn't like that fact, so that's why there was like a turmoil between Echo and the Kingpin, even though the writer could have boosted up Kingpin's alter ego to make it look like what he was from the Netflix show. And Marvel knows that, and they're gonna bring the heat when it comes to Daredevil. They understood the assessment. They understand the assignment when Echo came across with Kingpin. So you know, Sony, yeah, you made money, but overall speaking, you kind of fucked up. So because you only brung out three films, Sony, and that was it. You just fucked up. You just fucked up, bro. You just need to come up with better writing style. If you want to take, because in the in Twitter right now, Nas and Sky and Pat, Sony wants to take shit seriously. If that's what the word on the block, hey, my assessment will be sound. My 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 research will be sound, and Nas and Sky and Pat and me will judge accordingly. Because we don't have no fuck zones when it comes to that. Because if you write our shit correctly, we'll give you a pass. If you don't write our shit correctly, it's time to bring hell on earth. Because you fucking up, and it's time for YouTube YouTube people that love Marvel characters, that love uh Sony characters as well. We want that shit right. If you're not gonna give these characters right for what they are, then what's your problem? Why are you doing this shit? We soon about to, yo, Nas, we're not over yet too. We got Spider-Man No War that Sony is creating right now in development. We
When is
also
that
we
dropping?
we also that's coming on Amazon Prime. It's still in development right now. And you
Mm-hmm.
got Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, right? So and then you got the Tom Holland. We already know that's gonna be a banger because Marvel is deeply rooted with Tom Holland. So
And that's the only thing he got going on from right now. That's profitable.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So to Sony, they're not really put hands on deck with that. But Spider-Man Noir and Beyond the Spider-Verse, they've been doing good with that. So I suggest that they stick to what they know
Mm-hmm.
instead of trying to,
Animation.
yeah,
Animation is where they shine.
yes. When it comes to if you're gonna try to bring back Spider-Man characters, need to at least talk to the people that did Spider-Man into Spider-Verse. At least bring one writer there because Spider-Man into Spider-Verse did extremely well from the first one and the second one, and people want more. So that's my suggestion. What suggestion you got for Sony to become better because they're fucking up?
I already told you my suggestion. Hire the nerds. They be showing you that they know what a good story looks like when they see it. Use them.
But what if they don't choose that? What other categories that you think that would be beneficial?
Then you asked out. If you don't use them to actually be the ones writing, then use them for a recap of the story that the character that you want to use, and then based on what you know about them, figure out how can you challenge that idea in a different way. Because of course everyone's gonna want to put their own artistic spin on things. Cool. Everyone is free to do that, but don't kill the character or don't do character assassination in your attempt to make something your own. Todd Phillips,
Hmm.
and you should be good. Respect the character that you're working with. Know that it wasn't your character to begin with. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the people who want to see this done in the first place. You are telling them that okay, you have the means by which to give them something that they really want, and then you do something that you want. Don't lie to the people, and then pass it off as artistic vision when you're out here stealing, and then desecrating and disrespecting what came before. Even if it's within your continuity. Clearly, this dude was burnt out. Just it's okay. If you don't believe that you're up to the task, say, hey, I don't believe I'm up to the task. Give up. Bow out. Say fuck the money. It's not about the money. If you really care. If you don't care, then take the money. Run off the clock. But if you do care as much as say you do, and you're willing to make sure that a good story gets told instead of you know pocketing whatever and for you, then don't take the money. Say, you know what, I can't write the story. I'm not fully equipped. It's okay. If reshoots need to take place, not reshoots. If they need to still keep on looking for another director, then it is what it is. But after all is said and done, the final product must make you say, you know what? I'm glad they took the extra time to do those reshoots or look for the right director because it really paid off. If you can't say that, then what are you doing? That's
Right,
how I feel on that. Whatever you do, it must be at the end of the day when you see the final product, you must be able to can say confidently, it was worth it.
right. What are you assessment on that to better Nas and Pat?
I agree with Nas is saying. Like they just need to take time to rewrite.
It's not just about taking the time because look at the Flash. How many years did they say they were doing reshoots on that piece of garbage? And look at how it came out. It wasn't worth the wait. It must be worth the wait. They failed at delivering.
Okay, that makes sense. Overall, see, everybody is on that same agenda. They need better writers. They can't have two of the same writers that did the same shit. That doesn't make sense. You need to have two best eights. If it's not what Nas is saying, you need to let the fans be the writer so the writing style can work. If you don't choose that, that's fine. I understand that you don't want a fan base writing style or a director style that directed their own masterpiece of set character. At least choose people that won the best nominees from Hollywood, the Global Awards or stuff like that. At least you know that this film was an eight. Like for example, Nas,
Mhm.
Sky. Besides of Marvel and Sony, what to you out of any films that you watch was an eight for you, or at least a nine?
Okay, I can tell you what was a 10 for me. And y'all might think I'm boring for this, but I don't care. This film did amazing work. And it's a film called Courageous.
Mm-hmm.
That film, it's a Christian movie.
Okay.
And I love that even though it was a Christian movie, it wasn't afraid to take it places, to talk about real things that matter. For example, like getting more dads in the home, like dads actually standing up for their children and saying, you know what, I'm gonna be a good man in the house so that my child has a positive role model to look out for. I'm gonna teach my daughter how a man should treat her. I'm gonna make sure that my son don't grow up regretting things actions that I did and then that play down on the negative light on them. I'm gonna show them that prayer works. I'm gonna show them that God answers prayers. I'm gonna show them how to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna let my shortcomings get in the way of that. It had jokes, it had heart, it had real tragic moments. It had action because it's a cop show.
Hmm.
But regardless of all that, those simple little isolated things together, it's the best movie I've ever seen to date. To date, that doesn't have a like a like to say an overly boring Christian movie where you have this old man who's like, and God said, "Let there be light." Yeah, none of that. None of that. That, and it still worked. It was still a beautiful piece of art at the end of it. Um, and well, I love that so much. That is like the standard for me in terms of how to get a movie done. But and I'm sticking to themes and paying off said themes. Everything else, um, it's been a while since I've ever seen anything measure up to that.
Okay. What about you, Nas? I mean, Sky. Have you seen any shows up to par thus far that is an eight or nine to you in your assessment? Sky.
Um, like up to date, like recently.
Yeah. Besides of Marvel and Sony characters. Besides that.
Um, that's a good question, man.
Oh, also Man Called Otto. That was a good one too. I cried. I cried like a baby. I'm so embarrassed of myself. I was like, hey, man
Only
up.
show I watched recently was fucking I just been watching Bleach. You know what I mean, that Thousand Year Blood War. That's pretty up
Yeah,
to
Bleach
par.
nice. Yeah,
Okay.
let him know.
I swear I've been recently watching Bleach. Fucking, I haven't really been watching like too many like movies and shows and shit. But no, I mean I watch a lot of anime. So I mean, if I had to pick like
What the
like
fuck?
anything, I would say like maybe like fucking like I
That
said
shit look
like
fake jerk.
Batman anime series. That was a perfect. That's a perfect like nine.
Okay.
I get that to 9, 10. You feel me? Just because of all the shit that they put into it. You feel me? Like um, if I had to think maybe I say Titans. Titans is pretty good. I'm not gonna give it a 10 or 8, but like I'll give it close to an 8. Because Titans is actually really good. That's a really good show.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's actually a really good show. I like how they showed all the characters pretty much. So that was a pretty good show. Um, Justice League Apocalypse. That shit is fucking
Oh.
fire because they had Batman as Batman was actually like the main warrior of Apocalypse. He started they was just killing shit. You know what I mean? That's the first goriest anime that shows all of the superheroes getting killed. So I love that one. That's a fire ass one. Um, it's like it's a couple of the eights and up. You know what I mean? But that was one of the peak ones right there, man.
How about you, Pat?
What was the question?
What is your top 8 movies that you've seen besides Marvel and DC? Also, it could be TV shows because, like, I'll try to reference that, us seeing different shit that we can give it an actual number of 8 or 9. That's far way better than the ones that we got from Sony and Marvel
Oh,
put
I can, bro.
together.
I can give you 8 shows and movies off the bat of my head. Like, come on, BMF, all the powers. Like, what else we got? BMF, the powers, the Snowfall. Even though that shit been canceled, but I just watched it, and Wave Writers wrote that. I'm mad as hell that show like that show finished because that show was really written perfect. I've been watching Criminal Mind type things, so like I've been watching Blacklist too. Like that's fire. Uh, touch up
This
a
nigga
little
not even
bit.
thinking of that shit. You feel me? I was just thinking off the top of the head. He
Oh,
done
you have
fucking
this show called
double this
Forever.
shit.
It's a very old TV show. The guy who played Mr. Reed Richards in the first Fantastic movie, in the first and second Fantastic Four movies.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's in that show, playing this guy who's immortal and is just trying to die, and he's been living 200 years. That is a dope ass show. He's an medical. He works in the morgue. He's a doctor in the morgue, basically,
Hmm.
and he's literally just taking jobs that will help him discover ways to kill himself for good. And no matter what he tries, he keeps coming back to life. Every kind of poison this man takes, every character that he gets into, he just keeps coming back. And now he has to try to figure out how to a way to kill himself without anyone knowing, to solve his crimes, to solve the crime that he's being tasked to solve as a MD. Also, he's trying not to die around this police officer that he works with, this detective that he works with. Because, like, God damn it, she almost saw me die. She's gonna ask so much questions if she see me die and come back to life. And also, when he dies, he disappears completely and reappears in some water for some reason, and he doesn't understand it. There's a man called Otto as well, which I just mentioned. Um, some other films that my girlfriend had me watching. I was like, you know what, that one wasn't so bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good assessment.
Mm.
See, Sony, like,
John Wick 4, even though I had to speed that one up to enjoy it, because it was just too slow for my liking. So I had to speed it up, and not when I sped it up, I'm like, this is actually nice. But it sucks that I had to speed it up in order to enjoy the same thing that everyone else enjoyed. Because the action set was just too slow. Like, I get it. John Wick has been put through the ringer all for these 4 movies,
Go back on the
but
bed.
still, I'm just watching him go, yeah. It takes you out of it. You're gonna show me some gun kata or some gun fu, then be fast, be shoo, shoo. But that's just me.
I get it. I get it with that
Mm.
assessment. That's why I'm glad that we had these conversations because so Marvel can know that where they need to head to if they're gonna have more shows that is being addressed. Echo may not get a season 2, but at
I
least
hope it doesn't.
Agatha is getting a season 2. It's in production of getting a season 2. X-Men 97 is getting a season 2.
Oh,
Uh,
really? Oh, they fired the guy that didn't cancel the show. Ain't
nah,
that some
it's
shit?
been written already. It's done and written for. It's just
You know what? I
timing.
wish got the TV show. This TV show that they were making. I wish they completed it and they saw it through to the end. The Deadpool TV series that was being written by Donald Glover, Childish Gambino. I wish they finished that. That to me would have
Mm,
been nice.
yeah, it would. It would.
That would have been nice. So like
Donald
yeah.
Glover does this shit good.
Hmm.
So there you have it. Everyone from YouTube and Facebook. There you have it. You got it from the best of the best from the panel that's here that tells you Yo, y'all, Sony is fucking up. Sony, you got 2 out of 1. You got 3 out of 1, bro. Versus Marvel got 4 out of 1. They
Like,
did four movies and shows, and the only one that stunk was Echo. Sony, you had Venom, you had Craven the Hunter, and you had Madam Web. The only one that didn't stunk was Venom. So still, you got 2 Fs and one B. You still gotta see, bro. You still gotta see. You know what I'm saying? You still you flunk class, bro. Maybe Nas would say that. Nah, it's a D overall, bro. You know,
You've gotten
maybe.
used to me by now.
Yeah, I mean, so you might say, nah, don't give them that C. That C doesn't deserve justice. I mean, they need to go back to school. They need to go
You
back.
have to earn that joint, man.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. You need to go back to school and figure out what the fuck you're doing is not right, or need to find a better teacher.
You want people
Maybe.
that can go back years later and say, you know what, I know what I'm gonna watch. I want to pull up that Madam Web
Yeah,
just for the one time. If you
they could.
can't do that, then what are you doing?
Yeah, that's the assessments we got here. You know what I mean? So again, you got to do what you need to be do. You know what I mean? Any final thoughts, Pat?
nah, not really. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all tune in next Sunday. We're going back to back with it. It was 4 weeks in this month, so we just trying to knock it out. You know what I'm saying? But make
Yes,
sure y'all tune in.
yes. Any final thoughts, guys?
Nah, man. Nah, I mean, let's get ready for the end of the year. You feel me? Nah, I mean, I had sent something in the chats. You feel me? It's called Everything Wrong with Deadpool in 25 minutes. That's my boy.
Everything wrong with
Oh,
Deadpool in 25
oh, you're a
minutes.
cinema
Yeah,
sins. That's
it's
what's
called
up.
Sin Cinema. It's called Sin
Cinema
Cinema.
sins.
He
Cinema
does,
sins.
yeah, yeah. He does everything that's like everything wrong with like mad movies, bro. And
Hmm.
that's just fire. So if you never
Yo,
seen that,
tune into all of them. The
But
cinema
is he
sins,
like
how it should
all
have
is
of
he
them.
like
ended.
nitpicking shit, or is he
Yes,
really like sitting
yes,
down?
Yeah,
yes.
he
Okay.
nah, he nitpick his
Nitpicking.
shit in
Heavy
25
ass
minutes, bro.
nitpicking. Petty
Everything
ass
wrong
shit
with the
nitpicking.
movie, nigga.
Every possible thing.
Everything from
Um,
beginning to end, like type shit. But it's in 25
something from
minutes.
like a massive thing of like, okay, this thing, this, how this and that go together. So you know what? I don't like how long the runtime is right now. You cut that runtime down.
Facts, bro. You gotta check that shit out, bro. He does mad movies, bro. Like mad movies.
Mm.
So,
Cinema
nah,
Sins,
man.
Honest Trailers, Pitch Meeting, How It Should Have Ended, Nostalgia Critic, Jeremy
Mm-hmm.
Johns, Chris
Yeah,
Truckman,
that nigga did everything
Nerdrotic,
wrong for
Critical
everything, bro.
Drinker, all of them. Yo, check them out.
Yo, facts.
Check all of them
Definitely,
out.
Yeah, I had
definitely.
to watch all his shit, bro. That's how funny that shit is. He just ripping them like he's like, yeah, why does this and that, and then he just added sin to it. Like that shit. That shit definitely fire.
I was like, oh, this line don't make any sense. Sin.
Yo, facts. Like he be ripping shit, bro. Every movie, any movie you could think of, he done did it in 25 minutes.
That makes sense. That I'll
Mm.
definitely check that out, so I can be able to understand
You
other
gonna see a lot of
YouTubers.
movies that you like up there too, bro. You gonna be like, oh damn, and it's gonna give you insight to mad shit that's wrong with the fucking movie in
Yeah,
25 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yep.
Jess. That shit just might make us see shit differently from what our opinions are already be.
Yeah,
Yep.
true,
It
true,
does that.
true, true.
Help me form some of
Definitely.
my opinions
Yeah, true.
and help me to see to actually use my brain to
Yeah,
to just to see more than what I'm being shown.
yeah, exactly, exactly. That's how
That
I
shit is
go
crazy.
about it. You know what I mean? I appreciate that Sky gave that to us, like to look at different creative minds that we can bring together to the forefront and give it a better analysis of what these characters should and should be, even though our assessments is based on what we watched and what the consistencies between Rotten Tomatoes. You got IMDb. You also got subreddit. You also got other critics that uh, write their assessments of set film. I'm very appreciative of that, Scott. Thank you for the hookup to look at that specific person to get their take on each film that is addressed. And second, the next week podcast is gonna be straight DC and animation. I would definitely, yes,
Ooh.
yes,
That's definitely for me right
yes. I'm gonna definitely send you guys my the script for next week, and we'll definitely touch bases on each and every DC and animation, where my assessment of that will be, far as from best to worst, um, of each every single DC animation that came this year of 2024. Just a quick note is going to be Justice League Crisis of Infinite Earth. You got the Joker. You also got Batman Cape Crusader. You also got Superman and Lois, the Penguin, and you also got Watchmen Chapter 1 and 2. So you're going to get my assessments on those five people. Uh,
Mm.
you know, those are the things that I want to be able to address for the next part two. Because overall speaking, the reason why this is part one and the other one is part two, because of overall overall assessment rating for 2024 of uh, animated characters that Sony gave us, Marvel gave us, and also DC, where DC had its problems. DC had their problems along the year, and they're trying to come back up. And you never know. You never know when it comes to them because they're also trying to come back up from their loss of back then, where they had Batwoman. People didn't like Batwoman. People didn't like uh, some parts of Flash TV series, some parts of Superman and Lois, some parts of
Hmm.
of what's that show that people hated? Um, they hated that one.
Supergirl,
That's another one.
Legends of Tomorrow,
That's another. Yeah, those two.
Constantine,
That too. They didn't
Human
really.
Target.
They didn't really like. Nah. Well, with Channel 11, they didn't bring that. I didn't see. I didn't
You didn't see
see.
Human Target?
No, Human Target. I didn't see that.
They crossed over in Arrow.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see. I see. I see him now. Well, that's. I think that was season six or seven.
No, it
Um.
was earlier.
Oh, so it was earlier. So okay, okay, okay. So you know they.
Swamp Thing,
I see. I see exactly what you're saying. Where it comes to DC,
Stargirl.
Stargirl. I didn't have a problem with Stargirl.
Nice, nice. That's the best one.
Yeah, I
Then
know.
Arrow.
Yeah, I don't know why they could have kept on going. They could have kept on going, but due to the fact that the new,
James Gunn.
now you may say it's James Gunn, but the the people overall didn't want to keep going because with Stargirl first came to CBS. Then when it came to CBS, then it transitioned to Channel 11. Then when Channel 11 picked it picked it up for 2 seasons. It didn't pick it up for an extra third season. So that was the discourse there. And then you had my thought of bringing Static Shock back. They didn't bring Static Shock back.
They, they could have brought that John back too.
Huh?
They should have brought that back. That
Yeah,
one did bits.
yeah, they did. It did good, but they didn't. So we just gotta wait for for
we we
Um, I would like to encourage y'all. Um, the comic book characters when you guys are about to see a movie about them, or you want to know what they're about, take the time out to go and watch some videos that talk about who these characters generally are, what's their most interesting story, what's their least interesting story, what they did in those stories, what made these characters tick. Whenever y'all get the chance, to before you go see the films or after, it doesn't matter, just as long as you get the contrast.
Definitely,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I definitely want to definitely have more understanding of what's to come. So therefore, so I, love everything that went down. I gave you my assessments of what I didn't like and my ranting of that, and everyone shared their thoughts and inconsistent
Mm-hmm.
consistent. So I just hope that everybody enjoyed the free time that we had today to express uh, these sets of films that happened in 2024, and I can't wait for what's coming down 2025. 25 is gonna be a banger, and we're gonna see who's gonna win. Is Sony gonna win, or is Marvel gonna still champion? It's still gonna be king, or is DC's gonna win? We got three most deadliest forces that's coming in 2025. We're gonna see who's gonna be the top dog of 2025. Right now, in my assessment, I'll let you know on the next podcast or part two. Then I'll give you my assessment of who's the top dog, of that. So, until then, collide out. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe.